Hello, I'm Ray Heron. You're watching Moto NZ. This video may never see the light of day, but right now, you can't tell, but I'm in England. So what happened? God, it's been such a blur. I've basically been traveling for 36 hours to get to England. And why? Well, I'll tell you very shortly. So I left home at 3 a.m. Tuesday, flew out of Wellington to Sydney, caught up with old mate Todd in Sydney, flew out of Sydney at 2 p.m. Sydney time, local time, arrived in Singapore at 10 p.m. Singapore time, and then flew out of Singapore at about midnight and arrived in Heathrow, London, at 6 a.m. Wednesday, English time, which is 11 hours difference to New Zealand. So yeah, it's been a hell of a whirlwind, and I'm probably quite jet lagged because it's, 9 o'clock in the morning here. It's time for breakfast, and I feel like it's time for a spag bowl and a kip. Why am I here? I have been lucky enough to be sent by my employers, Triumph New Zealand, to the Triumph Distributors Conference. So I've already caught up with the Triumph Australia distributors, Triumph Singapore distributors. We are all in this one hotel here near Hinckley in the UK, in England. Today is kind of a muck around day. Tomorrow's when we have to get up early, have breakfast, get on a bus and go do some Triumph-y stuff. But what I might do is take you for a wander around and see what we can see where I am. So what would be the point of coming all the way to England from New Zealand, literally the other side of the world, if I didn't come to Hinckley, the home of Triumph, and take a walk around the Triumph factory experience? Okay, day 2 has dawned and we are back at the Triumph factory. That is the factory experience there and the rest of the factory and people where people work. And these are all the people who have joined us. Okay, Triumph Conference in the UK, day 2, end of day 2 now. And we're in Milton Keynes. This is me hotel room. Let me show you the view. Out the window, a KFC. Yeah. And a McDonald's. Look at that. And a Burger King. Nice. But I've got to show you this way. Look. Let's go out this door here. I'll better take my key. Right, let's go out this door here. I've just walked like a mile, right? Because we're actually in a stadium. So the entry, we came in on the other side of that building just over there. And I walked up top floor all the way down there, and then I walked all the way around here. It's a long walk, I tell you. Right. So, Triumph Conference Day 2, what can I tell you? They told us all about some new bikes. They told us all about, oh no, I can't mention that one. very cool thing. So they're making a, oh wait, I can't tell you about that either. So there's some seriously cool stuff coming, none of which I can tell you about. I've been sworn to secrecy. I wasn't allowed to take photos. I wasn't allowed to do anything, but I've seen some what do you call them? Prototype bikes. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, so watch the space. Tomorrow we're riding at the proving grounds somewhere. Don't know if I'll be allowed to show you those, but we'll go to dinner and go for a wander around the mall very shortly. Maybe introduce you to some of the team that have been here on the conference with me. Representatives from the likes of Malaysia, Philippines, Australia, South Africa, heaps of people, heaps of cool people. Right, time for a chill before dinner. Hooroo. Well, good morning from day 4 of the Triumph Distributors Conference here in England. I couldn't really film much, if anything, yesterday. We ended up at the Milbrook Proving Grounds, but because there was military test equipment on site, they stick at our cameras, image insert here, and we couldn't film or take photos or do anything. However, I did ride some incredible bikes. Really enjoyed, I'm not sure if I can even tell you what I enjoyed. My standout bike for the day probably was the Triumph 660, a surprisingly playful and powerful and fun bike. Interestingly, all bikes across the Triumph range nail ergonomics, suspension and brake feel incredibly well, consistently well, all bikes. Some manufacturers, some competition manufacturers do well in some areas and not in others. So today will be half a day of more meetings, and then I'll be off to London to visit the Queen or the King or something. It's very early in the morning, breakfast bar's not open yet, so... Well, good morning from day 5, and my final day here in England. I know I've been terrible with doing updates, but there's some things I'm just not allowed to show. What I can show today, though, is that I am in London. This is my tiny little room. About to check out, leave my bag somewhere, and then go and explore the sights. I might show you some stuff. I know this is a motorbiking channel, not a travel channel, but why not? Everything slants that way. The floor is on a little... Righto, so this is London. Reasonably blue sky. Cool, but not cold. I'd say about 17 degrees. Right, I'm going that way. So that is the building that MI5 or MI6 is in, James Bond building. It's also a security building because there's a lot of security cameras. But we're right here on the Vauxhall Bridge, and I am going to the power station, which is apparently a mall. So this is Battersea Power Station. Giant mall built inside what used to be a power station, by the sounds of it. I assume, just going by the name. A very big gantry crane up there, that is cool.
Hey Megatron.
What's wrong?
Transform.
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons.
Okay, so this section of the video is for Oakley and possibly Christy. If there's anyone else watching, you can probably turn it off now. Right now, I am at King's Cross Station. King's Cross Station has platforms 1 to 8 down there, 9 and 10 here, and right here, 9 3/4. So just over there is platform 9 3/4. I was going to go and get a photo with it, but that queue is about an hour and a half long. Anyway, I went into the shop. And that's it. Here we are back in Heathrow. So thank you very much for watching. Any questions, chuck them in the comments box below. I know this hasn't been a very motorcycle trip, but like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one when I'm back in New Zealand. Cheerio.